Hi guys, I just woke up with some thoughts in my head this morning and just thought I'd come on here and have a chat about it basically. And it's about people that don't apologise. Now, nobody is perfect, right? So, therefore, we make mistakes. And when we make mistakes, we should apologise, right? So, it's fair to say no one's perfect. Everyone should apologise at some point. And I believe that people used to more often, unless it's just me imagining things. But in a modern day society, nobody apologises anymore. I'm not sure exactly what's going through people's minds because people are not stupid. You know, you can't look at the person you've just offended or you've just done something wrong or it's just they've just lost some money or you've done something to waste their time. You can't just look at that person and think, oh, they're not smart enough to realise if I don't apologise. Or I can just get away with this without an apology and just think that's all right. The other person won't notice I didn't apologise. You know, and anyone out there watching this, if you don't apologise, you never apologise, then shame on you. You know, there's no pride in not apologising. Apologising is accepting accountability for what you've done. Yeah, you shouldn't just keep floating through life thinking, oh, it's okay, nobody will notice and I don't give a shit, it suits me fine. You know, you need to offer up a little bit of vulnerability and make the effort to go and see that person and say, look, I'm sorry. Put yourself in that position of vulnerability and show that person some respect, you know. And also, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody that never apologized to you, you know. I've had that before. And, you know, relationships like that, I let them go. Even friends like that, I'll let them go, you know. It's not acceptable. We can't carry on in this world. And I've got to say that, unfortunately, by my statistics, most people don't apologize. But you know what? When one of the 20% do apologize, I really appreciate it so much. And I feel so much respect for that person while they're saying it because they stand out from the rest. That is somebody that I would employ. That is somebody who I would trust and respect and appreciate. Yeah, all these people out there that are going along thinking, oh, they won't even remember that I didn't apologize. It'll just be gone and over tomorrow and that's it. Well, they are stupid, you know. People that end up working in jobs they hate will often be, that will be their consequence of a situation like this because they'll work for somebody and the boss will think over the years they never apologized to me for ever losing me this deal, losing me this money, not showing up when I needed them, being late or whatever. There's many employees out there thinking, why did I never get a promotion all these years? I hate this job. Well, you know, usually that case is because your boss realized that you never apologized for anything. So you're not going to get any promotion. Your boss is never going to trust you. Your boss is never going to respect you. They're just going to talk to you like a dog, you know. And I think that that is what is happening in a lot of people's lives these days. And back to what I was saying before, if you're in a relationship with somebody that doesn't apologize, that is disgusting. Do not accept that. You know, one of my biggest fears in life is having kids. And one of the reasons why, you know, even, you know, I'm adventurous and I'm out there driving Africa, a lot of people would not be able to believe that one of my biggest fears is having kids because people all around me are doing it all the time. But one of the main reasons for that is the fact that if you have kids with the wrong person, yeah, and especially in Europe, men have zero rights. When it comes to family courts, women walk in, they got 80-20. It's not 50-50, you know. All this feminism, Matt, let's go 50-50 down the line. Yeah, let's go, all right, us men, we go 50-50 down the line with women over these feminism rights. I think that's totally fair, that's fine, right? But when it goes to family court, it's not, women are not saying let's do 50-50 now, are they? They're happy to take the 80-20. Women are getting 80% rights, you know. So as a man, you have no rights. But, you know, I'm going off the topic a little bit. My point is if you have kids with a woman, and 90% of my followers are men on this channel, so this is going out to you boys. You know, if you have kids with the wrong woman, and it could just be that they never apologise, you know. A lot of people might think, well, that's not that serious. You can bottle it up and live with it. Just accept that they never apologise. No, I don't think that that is acceptable, that you should have to accept a relationship where you apologise, but your partner never does. Because you bottle it up, you build it up, you build it up. This person, if they're not apologising to you or never apologise to you, they do not respect you. And you will always feel that anger inside. And you're never going to be happy, you know. So, and even if you address it with that person and say you never apologise, do you think that that is actually going to make them start apologising? You know, because I don't. I think the people that don't apologise are just so arrogant, you know, that you're never going to be able to get them to start, because they're just thinking, I have this pride and I don't respect you, so I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing, you know. The point about an apology is when you have to go to that person and show your vulnerability and say, I'm sorry. That teaches you to remember not to do it again. So if you never say it, you never have that burden of showing vulnerability and going to that person, showing them respect and saying it. So what happens next time? You're likely to do it again, because the things that stick in your mind are the difficulties that you had in your life. And it's a very difficult thing to get yourself to somebody's doorstep, knock on their door and say, look, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the people that go through life thinking, oh, not say sorry, they won't remember. They do remember. People remember, and this person will never be fully respected or trusted. So, I mean, that's the topic I woke up today with on my mind, is that basically, do not accept people in your life that never apologise, because nobody is perfect. And if you have a partner that never apologise to you, then get rid of them. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in the next one.